Welcome to another Scardcast Battle Report. Today, the Cabal of the Dark Eldar, Deadly Mist, 1500 points, is facing off against Chaos Deamons, 1500 points. We're playing Purge the Alien, and as you can see, it's lengthwise on the table. So, armies. Of course, there's going to be a little picture that shows up too. I have 4 Incubi with an Archon in a Venom, 2 5-man Witch Squads in Venoms, with Haywire Grenades, 1 Ravager with Knight Shields and Lances in a Venom, 2 Raiders with Lances with Grizzly Trophies, and 10 Warriors with Splinter Cannons in there, a Farseer with a Spear in a Beast Pack with 2 Beast Masters, 5 Chimera, and 2 Razorwing Flocks, and a Night Spinner. I do have the top bits for that as well, so I'm going to be doing that soon. Also in reserve, I have 3 Eldar jet bikes, and I'm using this as a Void Raven bomber today because I'm practicing to see if I want to put in a Crimson Hunter, and they're pretty similar rules-wise, so that's the reason I'm doing that. So powers, I got Prescience, Guide, and the one that lets me Overwatch at my full ballistic skill. So, Jason, take us along what you have in your army today.
10 Plague Bearers, Demon Prince, Armor, Wings, he got Warp Speed and Feeble Life Leech, Dark Blessing, Touch of Uncreation, Fateweaver, he got a bunch of powers.
Yep.
Another Demon Prince, same thing, Wings, Armor, he got Iron Arm and Feeble, Endurance, Demonic Resilience, and Warp Tether.
Yep.
7 Screamers with a Herald of Zeech on a disc, level 2. He has the Grimoire, and you got Prescience and Forewarning. And
fantastic.
I have 12 Demonettes in reserve.
Awesome. So 1500 points, stay tuned for this action-packed battle report. Right now, Dark Eldar have first turn, but Jason is trying to steal the initiative. Will he succeed? And he does not. We'll be back right after this. It's not Night Fight. Stay tuned. The Dark Eldar advanced at great speeds with their Eldar allies. Opened fire and put 1 wound on this Demon Prince, and all the Venoms failed to put any wounds on that Demon Prince. And the Night Spinner missed. Other than that, we're moving on to Demons, turn 1, and the Warp Storm begins to rumble. The Demons zoomed forward. So, powers, we have Endurance on Fateweaver, super fast initiative and attacks on that one, and nothing on that one. The Screamers have a 4-up invulnerable save, and the Grimoire successfully went off on them, so they have a 2+ rerollable. So they are nasty right now, and they boosted up onto the line. Shooting, so Fateweaver take down a Venom to annihilate, take first blood, and of course a kill point on top of that. So 2-0 so far. Reserves for the Dark Eldar, we have the Void Raven bomber that shows up, and the little Eldar jet bikes that show up as well. A mixed bag of turns for the Dark Eldar. We had the Witches jump out, that had jumped out, charge the grounded Demon Prince, after shooting him, putting a wound on, and he survived 1 wound remaining, and he ran them all down, because they are initiative 8, which is awesome. I did kill Fateweaver, if you've noticed. I grounded him. Jason had used up his reroll to try and keep another one of the monster creatures up, and it failed, so Fateweaver was down, and I just poisoned the living daylights out of him to get him out of the game. And last but not least, I boosted up the Night Spinner and these Eldar jet bikes up this way. And I charged another unit of Witches into the Screamers, who annihilated the Witches. There's 2 left, and they failed their morale test. I was hoping to hold them in place for at least a turn while I dealt with the Demon Princes, but I was unable to do so. Void Raven actually was the one that grounded that Demon Prince in the back. So, moving on to Demon turn 2 with no Fateweaver. Do the reserves show up? 12 Demonettes, deep striking. They do. This Demon, Vector Strike my Ravager, 2 penetrating hits, blew it up. The other Demon, Vector Strike my little jet bikes, kill them all. The Demonettes, deep strike there, ran into cover. The big pack charged into my Beast Pack. I was out of position because of the Hammer Wraths that really killed a lot of my models that were in base to base. And then he was succeeding in killing another Chimera and my Farseer, who soaked up a lot of wounds for the unit with his invulnerable save. They fell back. They're running, but they're still alive. So he's netted himself another 3 points, taking the total 5 to 2 at the moment. We're moving on to Dark Eldar turn 3. We'll see what can be salvaged from this. We'll be back after Dark Eldar. Turn 3. Killed the Demon Prince, but he has a 2+. He comes back with 1 wound, so he's going to come back. Tried to shoot a lot of them. Killed 1 Screamer because they had a 3+ rerollable save. Archon and Incubi tried to tie them up in combat. Lost everybody in combat due to some failed saves. Other than that, put a wound on the Demon Prince at the back, and we're moving on to Demon turn 3. The Grimoire finally did not go off of them, but they are presents, and they have a 5-up pinball right now because of, and they turbo boosted up. He Vector Strike the Beast Pack after Khorne threw some brass skulls at my witches and killed them all and stunned the second Venom with the dice on it, taking a hull point off. All the D-Mets are kind of moving up and causing a lot of havoc. The other Demon Prince flew off the board to stay safe. That Demon Prince kind of ran up after ineffectively Vector Striking the Night Spinner. And now we're moving on to Dark Eldar turn 4. And so far we're looking at about 8 points to 2 as it stands. So we're trying to, I have to table in order to win. So Dark Eldar, best of luck. Here goes turn 4. Venom and Void Raven did not succeed in grounding or putting a wound on that Demon Prince. The Night Spinner with his torrent killed 4 out of the 10 of the Plague Bearers. And then my Beast Pack actually tied up the Screamers who didn't manage to kill anybody, and they lost another wound, losing a Screamer to Demonic Instability. Now we're moving on to Demons turn 4. We'll see what happens because the other Demon Prince is coming on as well. We had the Beast Packs die to a bunch of Demonettes and the Screamers, who are now once again, Grimoire and 2-up and forewarned, so they're really nasty. At least they only have 1 wound each right now. I'm going to try something really interesting that I learned on a tactical online, but you'll see it after this. And then we had the Demon Prince come on and blast the Venom, while the other Demon Prince had 1 wound remaining and flew off the board, and the Plague Bearers spread out to mitigate some damage from the Night Spinner. And now moving on to Dark Eldar turn 5. Could be into the game. I need the game to go on at this point because that Demon Prince will be coming on next turn, and I need it to stay on the board so I can try and kill it in order to table, and that's the only chance I have of winning, but I play things till the very end. We'll be back right after this. The Night Spinner killed another 4 or 5 out of the unit. It's been great getting those shrouded guys out of that build. The Venom grounded the Demon and put a wound on him, and then the Raider failed to wound the Demon with a lance weapon, and these warriors were geared up to fire at the gone to ground Demonettes that got a bomb dropped on them by the Void Raven, and I only killed 1 with the bomb because they went to ground, and then the Splinter Cannon actually hit with all 6 shots into the Demon, but put 2 wounds on, and he made both his saves, so he's fine even though he has 2 wounds left. These warriors, what they did was they focused fire, so I gave the Screamers cover and then focused fire against the unit that didn't have cover, and tried to put as much damage as I could on him. He did fail 1 lookout sir roll and took a wound, but the Screamers did take quite a few lookout sirs for him. And now we're moving on to Demons turn 5. This could be the end of the game. The other Demon Prince is coming on the board as well. See you at the flip side. The Grimoire did not go off on the Screamers, so they got out of dodge and flew far away. That Demon flew on the board and did nothing. This Demon charged into my Venom and exploded it. So right now, we're looking at 9 points to 2, and on a 3+, there is another turn. It goes on. The Dark Eldar still have a slim chance at pulling something out of their backsides. We'll be back after this. Night Spinner failed me and wasn't able to kill the last 2 of the Plague Bearers. Didn't do anything to that Demon Prince over there. The Warrior Squads embarked in their Raiders again. This Warrior Squad took down the Demon Prince after the Raiders failed to do any damage, and this squad killed 3 of the Demonettes who once again went to ground in their forest. Now we're moving on to Demons turn 6. Could be the end of the game once again. Ladies and gentlemen, the Warp Storm has spoken. So, in the middle of the shooting phase of turn 6, the Demons of Chaos have forced my opponent to randomly select one of his 2 characters to take a demonic instability test or have horrible things happen to him.
3d6.
On 3d6 nonetheless.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, it's the Herald. 4, 5, 6, the Demon Prince.
The Herald is going to have to pass it on 3 dice.
So he's leadership 8. Yes!
Oh, and he does it! We'll be back after this. We had the Screamers and the Heralds failed their 4+ invul and their Grumar, so they had to get out of the way as far as possible from the Dark Eldar gunships that are gunning everything down. Then we had the Night Spin, the Plague Bearers did nothing, and the Demonettes did nothing as they are stuck. And the Demon Prince just swooped up, preventing me getting like a cool flamer shot against all 3 units if I ground him. Okay, we're moving on to... Oh, we're rolling to see if it goes on to turn 7. On a 4+, there is another turn. There is hope for the Dark Eldar. We'll be back after this. I killed the Screamers and the Herald with the Night Spinner, who's awesome. That ignore cover template weapon was awesome. These warriors failed me at the beginning, and I didn't kill any of them. They did put lots of wounds on, but that shrouding on the ground, I was unable to do anything there. And I was unable to hit it with the Void Raven. Both lances missed. And in combat over here, I killed 2, but I lost 2, so it's a drawn combat. We are moving on to Deamons turn 7, but there's no way that I will be able to table him, and therefore it will be a demonic victory, but we'll see if the Kabalite warriors can survive against the Alluris of Slanesh. We'll be back after. The Demons have won the game, but it was a fight to the very end. One of the opportunities that you have as a general is to grit your teeth and go till the end of the game. If I would have won, I was very, very close to tabling Jason, and if that would have happened, I would have had an instant victory on my hands for this mission. So make sure that you stay upbeat when it looks grim and you have 2+ rerollable Screamers running around your army. Anyway, Jason, thanks a lot for the game.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. Make sure you check out the blog, podcast, all that stuff, and of course the Tactical Corner that's coming right up. See you next time. Bye. To another Tactical Corner with Skari, your host. Okay, so my army. Trying out a couple of different things. Really the Night Spinner and the Farseer. I'm hoping to get a jet bike for him soon, so you can keep up with things like the Beast Pack or a Hellion unit. The biggest thing that worried me about my opponent's army was the Screamers with the Grimoire and of course Fateweaver, because that reroll and all the Demon Princes, like just a flying circus, is very hard to deal with sometimes. Like you can try grounding, but that's what Fateweaver is around for. Throughout the game, I just kept on losing things to those Screamers, and in retrospect, I should have not fed things to them and just let them deal with 1 unit at a time. The things, they are so fast that they could just jump over things. When my Archon and Incubi ran in, and my Archon failed one of his first Shadowfield saves he had to make, that really kind of solidified the kill point game for me, as those Screamers had like single-handedly taken out like 4 kill points. But I stayed in the game, and that's important. I tried to use my units to the best of the advantage, really going to do maximum damage possible. And the warrior units and raiders were phenomenal. 10 warriors in a raider with a splinter cannon. They were the ones that at the end of the game were pulling the weight, and I cannot wait to try a game with at least 4 of them on the table. In retrospect as well, I should have charged the Demonette Zulna, because I had Feel No Pain on the Warrior Squad.